All right, everybody. According to our government leaders, we are now hitting what they're calling a critical week in the development of a new stimulus bill, at least before they go away for holiday and the new government changeovers occur. However, it doesn't feel that critical to me because I highly doubt they're going to actually get something done. But let's look at the important news headlines for today, Monday, December 14th. First, we can see here reported on Fox Business 2 hours ago, they posted this headline: Trump calls for a second stimulus check right now. So let's go ahead and scroll down and see exactly what he said. Right now, I want to see checks for more money than they're talking about going to people. He also said, I'm pushing it very hard. And to be honest with you, if the Democrats really wanted to do the deal, they would do the deal. I kind of disagree with Donald Trump on this one, because the fact of the matter is not just the Democrats, it is the Democrats and the Republicans who are not agreeing on this. If the Democrats want to do a deal and give people more money, I can guarantee you the Republicans wouldn't necessarily go along with it. At least that's what we're seeing in the Senate and with Mitch McConnell. However, it does seem that Donald Trump has consistently been on board with giving the American people more money and more checks. It may not be everything that people do want, but there's no doubt about it, he has been pushing this idea for a long time. Unfortunately, our legislature in the Congress cannot get their act together. That leads us to this headline from CNBC, and if this is something you see texted to you, please do not press on it. There are text messages that are promising $1,200 stimulus checks. They are scams. So right now, I'm going to go down and just read it for you. If somebody texts you promising $1,200 stimulus check, it's a scam. The scam is going to typically read this: you have received a direct deposit of $1,200 from COVID-19 Treasury Fund. Further action is required to accept this payment into your account. Continue here to accept this payment. Do not continue there. The government is not going to get in contact with you via text message. They're not going to Gmail you. They're not going to Facebook you. They're not going to do anything like that. If they're going to do something, they're going to give out an official letter. And that's what they did the last time when they sent out the $1,200 checks. So this is just forewarning to you. If you see something like that, delete it immediately. Do not click on any links that you get through that text message. This coming from all news organizations, but this article here from the New York Post: a bipartisan group today is revealing a $908 billion COVID-19 stimulus bill. This is supposed to be put on the floor today. Just going to read a little bit about it. This is supposed to be the one that's supposed to get it all done. We've been meeting day and night for the last month. We are on the call all day yesterday. We'll get on the call again this afternoon to finish things up, said Manchin. We have a bill produced for the American people tomorrow, and this was from yesterday, so he's talking about today, of $908 billion. He acknowledged that some Americans will be skeptical that this bill will have a better fate than the previous iterations that died in Congress due to the widespread refusal among both parties to give an inch in their demands. There are a lot of parts to this bill, and in the spirit of compromise, you have to work through all of that, he said. But at the end, you can't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. This bill is in fact supposed to be hitting the floor today. We're going to see what's in it. What are they including? What are they leaving out? You know they're going to leave out some important things. And here's the problem in my book. This is supposed to be the critical week where they're supposed to get it done. New York Times here: Congress faces make or break week for virus stimulus deal. This is their whole thing. This $908 billion bipartisan bill that they're putting out today is supposed to be the one that gets it done. I unfortunately think that both sides are going to once again look at it, and each side is going to think, well, I don't like this. This is left out. I don't like that. That's left out. And they're not going to get it done. The only thing that's going to really get it done is some sort of a miracle where both sides look at it and go, we don't really like it at all, but we're just going to pass it just to get it done so we can say we actually did something without the American people actually getting upset at us. But I can guarantee you, even if they do pass it, it will probably take care of a number of issues that we're having right now, but it definitely will not take care of a vast majority of the issues we're having, because there's no way that they're going to be able to put all that stuff into a $908 billion bill. They're going to have to leave out people all over the place, which is kind of unfortunate. However, they might just say, listen, we're going to do this bill right now. We kind of all don't agree with it, but then after everything is figured out after the holidays, then we're going to go back and figure out the bigger stimulus bill that's going to really take care of all of the needs going into the future. Scrolling down and looking at the New York Times article, you can see here, Congress will reconvene on Monday, that is today, today for a make or break week in the effort to deliver badly needed relief to Americans and an economy hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic before the Christmas holidays. And again, you can see in this article, the same as in the Post, a bipartisan group of lawmakers who have been working on a month, a $908 billion proposal, okay? So here's my opinion of all of this. Either they're just going to come together, throw up their arms, and just pass the thing, even though they all disagree with it, and then it'll give some stuff, but probably not everything. It may not even include checks or anything like that. And then they'll say, we'll deal with that in the future, maybe in a month or two. Or they're going to both just say, you know what, we don't agree with this stuff. They're not going to do anything, which is a very big possibility. And all they're really going to be looking forward to is what again? The senatorial runoffs in Georgia. Who is going to gain control of the Senate? Is it going to be the Republicans or is it going to be the Democrats? Because depending on which group gets control is going to depend on the future of stimulus. This is why on this channel, we were in favor of the $1.9 trillion stimulus bill that Steven Mnuchin was offering Nancy Pelosi just a couple months ago. When all of the individuals out there, now granted, I do come from much more of a conservative bent, but there were so many people who said, no, that's so dumb. How dare you? Nancy Pelosi should get everything she wants. And I was pleading and saying, for the love of all that's good, a $1.9 trillion stimulus bill right now is phenomenal. It includes nearly everything that both sides are looking for. It was only $0.3 trillion off, $300 billion off really from what Nancy Pelosi wanted. I said, pass the thing now and then let the future government deal with any additional needs. However, there was too many staunch people that were on one side that would not agree with it, and it didn't get done. Matter of fact, though, many Democrats actually came out during that time, signed letters to Nancy Pelosi and said, would you please do this? And she never did. I thought it was an unfortunate thing for the American people. Everyone would have had stimulus checks coming to their house before the holidays. People would have had unemployment help. Small businesses would have had help. Hospitals would have had help. Schools would have had funding. State and local aid would have been included in it. But you know what? What did Nancy Pelosi say?
Isn't something better than nothing?
No, it's a missed opportunity.
Something is not better than nothing. Do you all remember that? That is what she said. To me, disgraceful. And now we're left here at the end of the year trying to scrounge together some sort of a bipartisan relief bill that may or may not even get done. If it does get done, it's not going to include everything it needs to. And if it doesn't get done, well, then we're kind of used to that anyway at this point. So wait for the results from the congressional runoff in Georgia, the senatorial runoff in Georgia. We will keep you up to date on that. We will let you know exactly what that means for the state of stimulus and whether or not it is truly actually possible for you to receive some sort of additional help that surely many of you actually need. As always, I will continue to keep you informed. Until next time.